because Sammy Guevara said that Andrade got his job because of Ric Flair at AEW.
Right.
And he says, like, just go back to WWE like we all know you want to do.
Let's go back to WWE. Well, did Sammy Guevara,
Because
did he have heat just recently too, or no?
With Eddie Kingston.
With Eddie Kingston. Well, yeah, that body shaming, but it seemed like there was something else after.
But this is because Andrade said before that,
What did Andrade say?
he said, I did have one issue with a wrestler. I'm going to say his name. It was Sammy Guevara. I had an issue with him because he once came to the locker room and complained that we hit him too hard. It's wrestling. Solve it in the ring. If I hit hard, hit me hard too. I learned that he came in and that he accused me like a little girl. After I learned about it, I spoke to him and asked if he had an issue with me, but he said he did not, and that's all there was to it.
Okay, so it's pro wrestling. All right. All right. So,
I'm not gonna defend Sammy Guevara here, but most of the Mexican workers are heavy-handed.
it was okay.
So yeah, I mean, if you like it like that, but Andrade's right too. Like, if he hits you hard, like, you can tell him in the ring, like, hey brother, come on, soften it up a little bit, or hit him back, right? Like, that's the way.
I
was
I
told.
believe you work the same way your opponent. You could work Kane, and you never feel Kane. Even if you were a solid worker, he wouldn't complain to you, but you would never feel Kane. Kane was like one of the lightest guys I ever worked. This weekend with EC3, I tied up with him, and it was so light. I was like, oh. I felt afraid I work heavy.
Yeah.
I bring forearms and I'll lay it in there and stuff like that. So when I got to the back with him at the end, I go, I said, the lightest I ever worked. He goes, oh man, you kept putting yourself feeding in spots where I really lay stuff in, but I was being light with you. I said, I wish you would have just laid it in. so I could have laid it in because I was struggling to be light, but I adjust to my opponent. So if my opponent, if that's his style and that's how I prefer, I will make him comfortable and work the style that he prefers. You know, if they like it a little leady, you know, snug in the right places, then I'll do that too, because I prefer that. I much prefer feeling you hit me with a forearm to my back than not knowing if you touched me or not, and I sell something or I react to something that never happened or never touched me back there, or if I can't see up here where you hit me, and I try to watch, but sometimes you can't see everything. If it comes back here and you're like, oh. You take this big move and they had nothing but air. It could be problematic. So now to go and complain out loud, I think they're both unprofessional. Like I think they should just stay private in the locker rooms. You know, we shouldn't have to be. We shouldn't be talking about it on here. We shouldn't even know anything about it to be talking about it on here.
I mean, it was Andrade who came out with the story, but apparently he was pissed because Sammy Guevara was complaining about it. He didn't came up to him and told him, like, hey, Andrade, you're being a stiff.
This is Sammy Guevara who will just jump off a ladder for no reason. So he's going to complain about a forearm or something. But I get it. It's your head, concussions. But I find it strange. I think it's just I think it's just everything is super sensitive around it right now. And everybody's... just super sensitive backstage with all the drama going on and everybody's jockeying around. And maybe Ric Flair probably did get Andrade's job. I don't know. I mean, is he married to Flair's daughter, right?
Yes.
And then they all did the thing together. I doubt it, though. Andrade, he's
work.
over, right?
He was over, and he had a great run in NXT. And then...
the bottom line is we shouldn't be hearing about who's heavy-handed or this or this or that. They should be working that out amongst themselves, and they shouldn't vocally be speaking out on it to any kind of media or anything like that. And if they have a problem with each other, they should go in another room and kick the shit out of each other and get over it. Like
another thing that happened in this AEW backstage drama that's going on, like with a lot of workers now apparently. Like so FTR had a match because they are the
this wouldn't happen in WWE, and I like AEW, but this wouldn't happen in WWE because
no,
they'd all get fired. They'd all be gone.
So now FTR, they are the New Japan, the IWGP Tag Team Champions, right?
I've seen a video. Somebody put it.
Yeah. So they, after the match, I don't remember who their opponents were, but apparently it was a great tag team match. Like I don't doubt it because FTR are great workers.
Right.
And they cut a promo after, and they were like, "Oh, and Tony Khan." They were like, "Tony Khan, we still work for you.
So book us,
So
brother.
why don't you book us, brother?"
Yeah.
And so that was a little.
Yeah. They said first and foremost, or first things first, Tony Khan, we still work for you, so why don't you book us, brother? Then they went on, yeah. And your talent shouldn't be doing that. And,
No.
you should have more, like, whether, yes, I don't know. It's just chaos. And it's not healthy. That's what happens when you let wrestlers run shit. You can't give all the boys executive positions, this and that. You got to have people that are executives or people that have been around the block, done this, done that, been in all those situations, and are not wrestling currently anymore. You put them into these spots, and you really got to keep a stranglehold on stuff. I'm not saying cut their creative freedom and stuff off, but really you have to have structure.
Well, the thing is that
because AEW could be a really great company and it could do amazing things. It is doing great things.
Yeah, I know.
They had $1 million gate. They are doing great things amongst all the chaos. They're still doing really good things.
I mean, we're only gonna see how good it is for the business in the long run, but it keeps like all this like backstage thing happening, and the fact that they are allowed to talk more about what's happening backstage. Yeah. It feeds a lot of like sites and dirt sheets, and it keeps the fans like one way or the other. It keeps the fans interested in what's happening. Like, but
it's media generation now, and everything's out there. It gets out there.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, to be fair, you don't hear that much stuff getting leaked out of WWE. You hear a little bit here and there, but no chaos like this.
The other thing about the WWE is that they are not allowed to work other companies, so you will never have like I don't know the Usos cut a promo in work a match and then cut a promo in New Japan because they are just not allowed to do it, right? Like they are. When you sign a contract with WWE, you're a WWE exclusive guy, and if you don't work there, you don't work anywhere else. So